Today we're going to be practicing solving quadratic equations that have an unknown, in this case it's x, and also have a square with brackets. So the question is x plus 1 squared equals 9. So this may look a little daunting at first, like you don't really know how to start. That's pretty normal. So the first thing you always want to do is see if there's anything you can do with the brackets. And because we have a square by 2, this is basically means x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 1 equals 9. Because x plus 1 squared is just a short way of saying x plus 1 times x plus 1. Okay, now what we want to do is open these brackets. So we want to get rid of the brackets. So the way we do this, So the way we do this is by multiplying everything in this bracket by everything in this bracket. So we'll do x times by x times 1, 1 times x, and 1 times 1. So x times x is x squared. X times positive 1 is positive x plus x, or 1x, but it's a 1, so we don't place it there. Sorry. 1 times x again plus x is positive x, and 1 times 1 is 1, equal to 9. So this is kind of, maybe you can see it's taking up the shape of a normal quadratic equation. Just give me a second to move the slide. So it's taking kind of, you have the x squared, and then you have the variable with x and the variable on its own. So now we can put like terms stopping like terms together. So we only have 1x squared, so that just stays on its own. But then we have two x coefficients, numbers with a coefficient of x. So positive x plus positive x equals to positive 2x. And then we have plus 1 equals 9. So we can see here that 1 and 9 are like terms because they're both numbers that don't have a coefficient of x or x squared. So, and also, because this is a quadratic equation, the golden rule is to make it equal 0. So this would also help us out there. So to make this equal 0, we just minus 9 from this side and minus 9 from this side. So that would leave us with x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 9 equals 0. Which equals to, if you positive 1 minus 9 minus 8 equals 0. So there we have it nicely set up in the quadratic, in the way we like quadratics. You know, it's equal to 0. We have an x squared, and then we have a number with a coefficient of x and a number on its own. So here we could look for factors, but as you can see, we have the quadratic equation written up here, and factoring, solving using factoring will be a different video. So we're just going to use the quadratic equation today. So we always start with labeling. So a is whatever number's on x squared, which is 1. B is the number with the coefficient of x, which is 2. And c is the number on its own, which is negative 8. And then we just plug the numbers into the quadratic equation. It's up here. I don't know, yeah, you can see it. So I'm just going to put the numbers directly in. So x equals negative b, so negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b, so 2 squared, minus 4 times a times 1 times negative 8. Over 2 times 8, which is 2. So we have it nicely written out there, so we can just start to solve. So we have first 2 squared, which is 4, so x equals -2 plus or minus the square root of 4, plus, because we have -4 and -8, so -4 times 1 is -4, -4 times -8 is positive 24, yeah, positive 32 even, positive 32, over 2 times 2, which is 4. Next, we have, so now we have x squared minus 2 plus or minus -2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 32, which is 36, over 4. So now this is where we start to get our answers. So because there's a plus and minus right here, this is a plus or minus sign, we have to do both. So we have first -2 plus, you can do it whichever order you want, plus the square root of 36, which is 6, over 4. Then we have also -2 minus square root of 36, which is 6, over 4. -2 plus 6 is 4, so that leaves us with 4 over 4, which is 1. -2 minus 6 is -8. -8 over 4 is -2. So those are our answers. Oh, sorry, couldn't see that. So here we have the two answers. So first, -2 plus 6 over 4. Square root of 36 is 6, so that's where the 6 comes from, and then the -2 has always been there. And then because there's a plus and minus sign, we need to do both signs. So we just did the plus first, but you can do it in whichever order you want. So we have -2 plus 6 over 4 equals to 4 over 4 equals 1, right? Because -2 plus 6 is 4, divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. The other way, we had -2 minus the square root of 36, which is 6, over 4. So -2, -6 is -8, over 4 equals -2. So those are our answers. For more questions like this one, you can see the Chapter 3 revision assignment and diagnostic test on quadratic equations. It'll just be at the end of the series of tasks that start with 3.0 something. Right, watch out for the solving using factoring method as the next video.